Hi, first grade. I am so excited because today we start our new topic in science. We are going to be studying about the life cycles and the characteristics of insects. So a scientist who studies insects is called an entomologist. And the study of insects is called entomology. So since we're going to be learning about insects for the next few weeks, you will be an entomologist. So our learning target for today, or our I can statement is, I can identify insects and a butterfly larva. Sounds interesting. So let's look at some pictures of some insects. So this is a picture of a fly, just a common housefly. This is an ant, honeybee, and a mosquito. So all of these insects look different, but they have something in common. Do you know what that is? All insects have 3 pairs of legs. We are humans, and we have 1 pair of legs. What does a pair mean? A pair means 2. So if an insect has 3 pairs of legs, how many legs does it have? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So every insect has 6 legs. What animal is this? Do you know the name of it? Is it an insect? How can we tell? Well, we know that insects have 6 legs, so let's count the legs on this animal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we know it's not an insect. It's actually a tarantula and it's a spider. So spiders have 8 legs and they are not insects. They are what we call arachnids. Can you say that word? Arachnid. Okay. So let's look at pictures of insects. Can you see this insect's 6 legs? How about this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's some more insects. Can you count the legs on each of these insects? Now this one is very well camouflaged. So let's see if we can count those together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this insect has 6 legs as well. Can you see the shadows that this insect's legs makes? So see those shadows there? Okay. Do you know what animal this is? I bet you do. It is a butterfly. And a butterfly is an insect because it has 6 legs. So you remember in our I can statement, it said, I can identify an insect and a butterfly larva. So let's find out what that means. So here is the butterfly life cycle. Okay, insects start off as eggs, and butterflies do too, because they are insects. So that's how they start. And then the eggs hatch, and they are caterpillars. And that's the second stage, and we call them larvae. So after they hatch from the eggs, they're a caterpillar, but the stage is called larva. Okay, so let's see what a caterpillar looks like. So these are 2 pictures of a painted lady caterpillar, which is the larva stage. So just take a close look because we are going to be doing more with painted lady caterpillars. Okay, so we are going to watch a fun, quick video about insects. And while I'm pulling that up, I want you to think about the things that you learned about an insect and see if you can identify those things that you learned when we're watching the video, and also see if you can learn something new from the video. So when you're done, I want you to have realized what you already learned and maybe something new that you learned. Okay.
Ladybugs, houseflies, honeybees. We're big fans of insects, and you should be too. For one thing, they're everywhere. There are by far more insects in the world than any other kind of animal. And there are lots of different species of insects too, of all different colors, shapes, even sizes. Let me introduce you to one of my friends. This is Holmes, a northern walking stick insect. You can probably guess why she's called a walking stick. Northern walking stick insects are from the forests of northeastern North America, where it's easy for them to blend in with the sticks, twigs, and leaves of the woods. If you ever saw Holmes out in the wild, she'd be pretty hard to find. Now, Holmes here is bigger than most insects you probably know about, but she isn't the biggest, not even close. Probably the longest insect in the world is a distant relative of Holmes called Chan's megastick. This is a huge type of walking stick insect that lives in the forests of Borneo. It can grow as long as 36 centimeters. That's as big as a rat. But other insects can get even bigger. The heaviest, most massive insect that's ever been found is the giant weta from New Zealand. It looks like an enormous cricket, and it can weigh more than 70 grams. That's about as big as a small bird. Now, even though they look totally different, the megastick and the giant weta are the same kind of animal, and so are tiny ants, flying dragonflies, and buzzing bees. They're all insects. Oh, good question, Squeaks. How can you tell an insect when you see one? Well, all insects have three big things in common, and they're pretty easy to spot. First, insects don't have any bones. Lots of animals like your dog, your cat, a bird, or you have a skeleton made of bones. This lets us stand up straight and move around, but insects have their skeletons on the outside. Instead of bones, they have a hard shell around their body called an exoskeleton. Another thing insects have in common is that their bodies all have three main parts. Up in front, there's the head. It's where the eyes and the mouth are, and usually there's a pair of long, spindly feelers on top of it that the insect uses to sense its surroundings. These are called antennae. Below the head is the middle section called the thorax. This is where you find the legs and sometimes wings, but not all insects have wings. And bringing up the rear is the abdomen. This is the part where the insect digests food, and if it has a stinger, you'll find it here at the very end. Finally, the third way to make sure the animal you're looking at is an insect is probably the easiest of them all. Just count its legs. That's because all insects have 6 legs and only 6, whether it's an ant or a beetle or a giant weta or a walking stick insect. So here we have Holmes. Let's count her legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But what about this centipede? Is it an insect? How about this spider? No, again, spiders have 8 legs and insects only have 6. So now you know the 3 easy steps for spotting an insect. 1, it has an exoskeleton. 2, its body is divided into a head, thorax, and abdomen. And 3, it has 6 legs. So the next time you see a fly or a bee or an ant, stop and take a closer look and see if you can find what makes an insect an insect. Squeaks, what's your favorite kind of insect? Let us know your favorite too, and we'll see you back here next time on SciShow Kids.
Wow, that was a lot of information. Did you learn at least one new thing? I hope so. Keep that in your brain. And your assignment after this video is to go find someone in your family, maybe your mom or your dad or a sibling, and tell them at least one new thing you learned about insects. That's it for now. So until I see you again, stay healthy, be kind, and keep learning.